Welcome to another TOEFL Listening Practice video. In this video, you will listen to a lecture, answer some questions about it, review the correct answers and explanations. Don't forget to subscribe for more TOEFL listening practice.
Reintroduction of endangered species is an important conservation effort aimed at bringing back species that have declined or disappeared from their natural homes due to threats like habitat loss, poaching, or climate change. This process helps restore the balance and diversity of ecosystems by returning these species to their original environments. Let's take a look at the main challenges of reintroducing endangered species back into their natural habitats. Reintroduction means releasing captive bred or rescued animals back into the wild. This conservation strategy aims to rebuild healthy populations that can help improve the ecosystem and increase biodiversity. One of the primary challenges is ensuring that the reintroduced species have suitable habitats that can support their survival and reproduction. Habitat fragmentation, caused by human activities like urbanization or agriculture, can restrict the availability of suitable habitats and isolate populations, limiting gene flow and increasing vulnerability to environmental changes. For example, the California Condor Reintroduction Program faced challenges due to habitat fragmentation and the need for large connected areas to support the condor's wide-ranging foraging needs. Another major challenge is genetic diversity and inbreeding. Reintroduced populations often face genetic challenges, particularly if the number of individuals released is small or if individuals are closely related. Low genetic diversity can reduce the population's ability to adapt to environmental changes or resist diseases, potentially compromising long-term survival. One example for that is the black-footed ferret reintroduction efforts in North America. They encountered genetic issues due to the species' narrow genetic base after near extinction, requiring careful genetic management to prevent inbreeding depression. Something else to be considered is predation and competition. Reintroduced species may encounter new predators or competitors in their release sites that they did not face in captivity. Lack of predator recognition or competitive interactions with established species can affect their survival and reproductive success. For instance, wolves reintroduced to Yellowstone National Park face challenges from competing with coyotes for prey and adjusting to new social dynamics within the reintroduced population. Reintroduced species can sometimes come into conflict with human activities, such as agriculture or infrastructure development. Negative interactions with humans, including poaching or unintentional harm, pose significant threats to reintroduced populations. For example, the reintroduction of grizzly bears in parts of North America has been hindered by concerns over human safety and conflicts with livestock ranching activities. Effective reintroduction programs require long-term monitoring and adaptive management strategies to assess population trends, address emerging threats, and adjust management practices accordingly. Continuous monitoring is essential to evaluate the success of reintroduction efforts and implement corrective actions as needed. For example, the successful reintroduction of the golden lion tamarin in Brazil involved rigorous monitoring of population dynamics, habitat use, and community engagement to ensure sustained conservation outcomes.
One, according to the lecture, what is one of the primary challenges in reintroducing endangered species? Two, based on the lecture, why is habitat fragmentation a concern in reintroducing endangered species? Three, according to the lecture, what does inbreeding depression refer to in reintroduced populations? 4. According to the lecture, what is a critical component of successful reintroduction programs that involves ongoing evaluation and adjustments? 5. How does the lecture portray the role of human-wildlife conflict in reintroducing endangered species? 6. According to the lecture, why is genetic diversity important in reintroducing endangered species? 'The lecture highlights genetic diversity and inbreeding as primary challenges in reintroducing endangered species, affecting their ability to adapt and survive in the wild.
Reintroduced populations often face genetic challenges, particularly if the number of individuals released is small or if individuals are closely related.
Habitat fragmentation restricts the availability of suitable habitats for reintroduced species, impacting their survival and reproductive success due to limited resources.
Habitat fragmentation, caused by human activities like urbanization or agriculture, can restrict the availability of suitable habitats and isolate populations, limiting gene flow and increasing vulnerability to environmental changes.
Inbreeding depression in reintroduced populations refers to the reduced fitness and health resulting from low genetic diversity and increased inbreeding, as discussed in the lecture.
Low genetic diversity can reduce the population's ability to adapt to environmental changes or resist diseases, potentially compromising long-term survival.
The lecture emphasizes that successful reintroduction programs require continuous monitoring and adaptive management to assess population trends and adjust strategies as needed to ensure conservation success.
Effective reintroduction programs require long-term monitoring and adaptive management strategies to assess population trends, address emerging threats, and adjust management practices accordingly.
The lecture discusses human-wildlife conflict as a significant challenge in reintroducing endangered species, indicating concerns over negative interactions such as poaching and habitat destruction.
Reintroduced species can sometimes come into conflict with human activities, such as agriculture or infrastructure development. Negative interactions with humans, including poaching or unintentional harm, pose significant threats to reintroduced populations.
The lecture explains that genetic diversity is crucial in reintroducing endangered species to enhance their ability to adapt to environmental changes and increase their chances of survival in the wild.
Low genetic diversity can reduce the population's ability to adapt to environmental changes or resist diseases, potentially compromising long-term survival.